Hi, everyone. Hello, Mr. Gray. How are you? Come on in. Say hello. Come on in. Say hello. Hi, everyone. Hello, Miss Eleanor Sanctuary. How are you? Let me put you on the. Let me put you on the spot. Miss Eleanor has 3 work permits now. She's got 3 work permits. I should look wear more color more often. You already know me. I wouldn't say I'm going to do something I can't keep the promise on. That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. Hi everyone. Hello, Mr. Gabriel. I'm gonna send you an email after, or just shoot me an email right now so that will be a reminder for me. But I need to send you a copy of the file, and then we need to get on that. Green looks good on me. Thank you, Mr. Gray. I appreciate. Hello, Miss Abena. How are you? Hi, everyone. Come on in, everybody. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on. I live in black. Y'all, if you've ever been to a courthouse, hopefully it was a very good thing. Adoption happens in the courthouses. Well, for the most part, it's not. But most people are in black, dark brown. Yeah. So, but I'm trying. Yeah, Miss Eleanor has 3 work permits now because the case was approved. We got 2 new work permits. What are you gonna do with all of this? Thank you, Miss Athena. Yeah, everybody says love the green. It's Christmas period, so it's Christmas period. Christmas period. Hi everyone, come on in. This is Attorney Ebisola Adebola Olale, immigration attorney based in Alabama, representing immigration clients in all 50 states. Got an immigration case. If it's a case that we handle, I can represent you. It doesn't matter where you live. Probably selling a Yuba market. Girl, you got jokes. You got jokes. You got a whole lot of jokes. Yeah, she is the rating queen now. But hi, everyone. And the contact number is 334-341-4475. You can also visit our website at olalalawfirm.com. On all social media platforms at Olale Immigration. Oh, Lord. At Olale Immigration. So let's get to it. Let's talk immigration, everyone. So tonight we are doing, let's do questions. That's basically it. So put your questions in the comment section. Let's try to do as many as we possibly can. It's been a crazy, crazy busy week for me. Yeah, so the story of my life. And then it's like 3 weeks away to Christmas? About give or take 3 weeks from Monday. Yeah. I tend to start slowing down once we hit December because that's family time. So yeah, but we still got a lot of cases still get out. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to build our audience there. So it's at Olale Immigration. Lots of content on all platforms. And please share with your friends, with your family members. That is going to be helpful to a lot of people. I cannot tell you how many times I get emails or we get DMs and it's forwarded to me where people say, you know what, I didn't have a conversation with you, but I was on your page. I watch every video on your page. I get that a lot. And I was able to figure out what I needed to do. Or based on the conversation I had with you and watching some of your videos, I was able to figure out what I needed to do. So you just never know who's going to benefit from you sharing that. But anyway, once again, our contact is 334-341-4475, olalalawfirm.com, info at olalalawfirm.com. Let's talk immigration, y'all. Yes, we get that question all the time. What happens if your client is not in Alabama? It does not matter. Y'all, I say this every day, and I know I'm going to say it every other day, but that's fine. Our immigration is federal practice, and that means I can represent immigration clients regardless of the state you live in. So that's not going to be your problem. All right, so put in your questions in the comment section. Um, Today, we had my client who's been here since 2017, and after being a success with her previous cases and coming to our firm, it was almost like she was giving up, really, because I can vividly remember she was sitting in her car when we had the very first consultation. And then we had a subsequent consultation, like, this is what we're going to do. Filed a new marriage-based case, and today her green card application was approved. When the officer said, that was a very detailed file. So all glory, all the praise belongs to God. Yes, 334-341-4475 represent immigration clients in all 50 states. So whenever we get this, it's just rewarding. When people say, Sisi Lawyer, I can only send in just to show gratitude. My gratitude is the reward there is just the freedom that comes with getting your green card, the freedom that comes with just being able to get your status and know that everything is working out for your good. And that's the promise. That is what God has promised us. It's just that it's going to take a while. It's going to take different shapes, different forms for each person. But you ain't going to miss your destination. So just keep holding on. You ain't going to miss it. It's coming. But anyway, yes, thank you, Miss Eleanor. As we start the questions, so let's do questions tonight. Disclaimer: all questions answered or answers provided to the questions, general information, nothing specific to anybody's case. If you need something, yes, specific to your case, that is going to require, thank you, ladies, a paid consultation. That is outside of this forum. If you put in your question, I can, if it's something that can be generally responded to, that's fine. But outside of this forum, consultations require it's not. I don't do free consultation. That's basically what I'm saying. So, okay. It just I don't know. Well, yes. Thanks for joining, everyone. Ms. Aveda says, don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Share with the live with your family and friends. You never know who might be blessed by this useful information. Thank you. And please like. Y'all on YouTube and Facebook. Y'all just need to like. Just don't. Yes. All questions are general, answered in a general form and nothing specific to anyone's case. Mr. James says, hi there. I got a question, please. Is that a good sign to receive 4 prima facie on the VA? And how many prima facie we should get to move on? So basically, you're asking, Mr. James, whether it's unusual or abnormal or otherwise to have received 4 prima facie determinations while your VA case is pending, and how many you would receive in total before your case is approved. So is it abnormal or is it a good sign? It's not. There's no sign. There's nothing that has to do with anything in the sense of the amount of prima facie determination received. Is just based on the fact that your case is still pending. So if your I-360 petition is still pending, then they're going to keep extending your and can everybody hear me good? Just want to, I always forget that, or try to remember to ask that. If you can let me know that you can hear me okay. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Yes, okay, TikTok. Thank you. What about Instagram, TikTok? Okay, perfect. Thank you, Miss. Thank you, Miss Movie. How are you? Perfect. Thank you. So getting prima facie determination, once you get the first one, you're going to always get an extension up until when your VA case is approved. So that's just what that is. It doesn't matter. So if your case is going to take more, if you're getting 4, then most likely case is 3 years or more. But that's what happens. And then how many are you going to receive before the case is approved? There's no telling. Like I said, it's still the same thing. You will keep getting that until they approve your VA case, until the decision has been made on your VA case. Okay. All right, let me go on Instagram. I started on the others the last time. So let's do this today. And I'll try to get to as many questions as possible. So King Hamed, how are you? Hello, Anthony Senate. Let's see. I want you to help me handle my asylum case. How can I start? Start with a consultation. Every single case starts with a paid consultation. There are no exceptions. There's no way around it. That's what it is. That's my policy. There's nothing a new staff member of mine is going to tell you otherwise. At the end of the year, I'm the one you're going to see. So that's my policy, and there's no way around that. So that's how you're going to start, Tammy. That's how you're going to start by contacting my office, 334-341-4475, olalandlawfirm.com, and scheduling your, well, Mr. Nuz already said, scheduling your consultation. That's what it is. Oh, and then you follow the most. You schedule a consultation. Yes. The fact that you know what you want doesn't mean I'm going to take your case. So that's what a consultation is about. First of all, do you evaluate whether or not you have a viable case? And if you have a viable case, then the question is, am I going to take your case? And so that's what a consultation is for. I have a 10-year green card through work. Am I able to petition for my husband, who is in status through H-2B work permit? Am I able to do an adjustment of status in the country for him? So, greatness, if you are a green card holder, your husband is here legally, and it's not a work permit, it's a work visa. It's here legally and it hasn't expired. And then if the priority date is current, so for instance, right now, I believe for December, let me pull that up real quick. I'll tell you what. So because you're a green card holder, your husband will fall within the F2A preference category. And so you have to make sure that the priority date before he can adjust, that priority date is current, or USCIS has started working on cases that are received then. So as far as spouses of green card holders, they are, in order for him to file a concurrent application, then they're working on cases that were received on or before September 1st, 2023. So at this time, you can file an I-130 as a standalone petition. And then when they get to, I mean USCIS gets to the date that I-130 is received in the office, at that time, your husband can file his green card application. And as long as he maintains that H-2B status, at the time USCIS receives the I-485 application, then you guys will be fine. Okay. Yeah, congratulations to Miss T. She is the newest green card holder. And did I lose? I thought I had lost mine. All right, let's see. I got annoyed and I responded to it. How long do I get? How long before you get a response? There is no set time frame. There are some noise that were sent in, and we're still waiting a year after. Whenever we get to I start to each for demand letter and refer my client to someone who can help them with the rhythm mandamus. But so if it's still less than 6 months, that's standard time is usually 120. They say 120 days, but really it's 180 days. So if it's still within that time frame, then you're just waiting to have them make a decision on that. Thank you, Miss Fumi. Yes. Oh, yes. And for those who are just joining us for the first time, we do this every Tuesday and Thursdays, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, Alabama Central Standard Time. So, yes. Okay, good. Let's see. My day was fine. Thank you for asking, Anthony Senate. Hello, Miss Christiana. How are you? When will the Dignity Act start? We don't know. So it's there's nothing that has moved forward regarding the Dignity Act. Unfortunately, it's at a standstill. That's what it is. So there's no telling. First of all, there is no act, right? It is a bill, and the bill is a proposal, an introduction of what they want to pass into law. That's what these two politicians did. One is a Republican, one is a Democrat, coming together thinking that that's going to make some movement and all that. But right now there's no update. There's nothing from that. We're just basically just waiting to see if anything comes up with that. But the way new laws work is this: it's got to be passed by the House of Reps and House of Senate. When they have 2/3 majority of the vote, then it passes both houses and it becomes it is a bill. Then they forward it to the president to either veto that bill or approve it and sign it into law. Once that bill is now signed into law, then it goes into the Federal Register, and there will be an effective date when it starts to take effect. But right now, they've not even gotten to the point of voting on it to even see if it's going to move anywhere. And yes, do you know you can turn on notifications to know when we are live, so you don't have to miss any of the programs. And if you have your questions before the next live, you can always write them down and have them asked whenever we come. So, hello, Mr. Maji, how are you? Oh, you're welcome. Okay, this is your question. Let's see. Can I travel to Canada with advanced parole and I cannot tell you whether or not to travel. I'm not your attorney, so that's something I refrain from. Generally, if someone has an advanced parole, there are no issues as far as there's nothing that is going to be a ground for inadmissibility outside of you overstaying. Then generally there should be a problem, but I cannot tell you whether you can travel or not. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna try to make another round. So if you are, if that's still. Thank you, Mr. 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. I appreciate the compliment. Okay. Wait a minute, please show the air 360. See, that's about all I'm showing because it's about time to be washed. So the back is a mess. Can I call you tomorrow? You can call our office, Mr. Nuruddin, 334-341-4475. But if you're looking to discuss your immigration case, like I said, you will be required to make a paid consultation. Can I file for my mom with a green card? No. Only citizens can file for parents. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Fatu. How are you? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. How long can a U.S. citizen baby stay outside the U.S.? That's a citizen. There's no. If a citizen decides to live in another country, that's their prerogative. So there's no law against. We're saying how long they can't stay. Let's see. Can a permanent resident apply for the N400 if not enough evidence for the N600? So what do you mean not enough evidence? There's a chart that you can follow. See if you're eligible based on that chart that USCIS presents. Because if you file an N400 and you have actually acquired citizenship, and they will deny your N400 because they will tell you should have filed an N6. So make sure you have already done your homework and then you do not qualify, you cannot meet all the requirements before filing an N400. But if you don't meet the requirements of an N600, then that's what you're going to have to do. Can a married man bring his child that he got from another woman out to the U.S. but still married? I'm not really sure what. If you're asking if you can file for your child that was born during your marriage to someone else here, nothing stops you from filing for your child. However, if I guess the question is you're asking is that going to be a problem or have an effect on whatever case you may probably currently have, or become an issue because you had a child? That question is just very loaded. There's no, but generally people can file for their kids as long as they fall within one of those preference categories or immediate relatives. I've applied for asylum, but can I still apply for EB2 visa? So employment-based petitions are in two folds. Keep in mind that there is the petition and then there is the application for the green card. A petition can be applied for and filed and approved all day, every day. Look at it this way. People who are outside the country have petitions filed on their behalf. Petitions are standalone processes, right? The question really is, if you have an EB2 visa or petition approved, can you adjust your status based on that approved petition? And generally, if you're not in any legal status, generally, you're not going to be able to adjust status in the country without having to leave, because employment requires you to maintain a status when you're applying for the green card itself. Thanks for all you do. How long does VAWA take from the beginning to the end? USCIS.gov/processing times. VAWA usually takes about 33 to 38 months. So basically an average of 3 years from start to finish, all things being equal. When I say from start to finish, I mean the petition, the I-360 petition itself can take upwards of 3 years. Now, when that is now approved, USCIS moves on to adjudicate your I-485 application. Otherwise, John, madam, are you single? If you have deportation case in court and you're doing 42B and the lawyer did form I-485, do you have to wait till the judge decides for the I-485 to be approved? Do you have to wait till? So I don't understand what you're asking. Are you saying you have 42B pending in court and then the 45 was filed with USCIS? Is that what you're saying? Not understanding your question. Can you file for my child who moved to Canada from Africa? If you're eligible to be a petitioner for that child, then I mean, I don't know what it is, what your status is, but if you're a green card holder or U.S. citizen, for the most part, green card U.S. citizen can file for any child in any category: single, married, divorced, underage, overage, all that. Green card holders can file for any child except married children. Thank you. Dangote has joined. Okay, please tell me the original Dangote, because I might want to retire and you have to leave what I was gonna say. Let's just leave it as that. Let's see. Okay. No peace for the weekend. I love that. That's very, very unique. Hello, Miss Vicky. How are you? How you been? Okay. I applied in April 2021. Still no approval. The movement really slow. Applied for what? How long did the case I'm talking about today, we filed her case November of 2022. Her case was filed in November 2022. And the case, actually, we got an RFE for medical. And so at that time, we thought they were going to waive an interview. But in all sincerity, I kind of like anticipated that they're going to schedule an interview because of the previous cases. That was anticipated. So I already discussed that with her and the spouse initially. And so when we got we sent the medical in and then got an interview notice after that was done, it wasn't surprising. It was expected. And when we were prepping, I said, you're most likely going to be separated from your spouse as well, which is exactly what happened because the interview was actually yesterday. So from the beginning, they were separated from the spouse, and they were very consistent. And we thank God for victory at the end of it. So, what case are you talking about? Let me go back to Africa. So, her case took about a year from start to finish. What state? Indiana. Can I travel with emergency advance parole for humanitarian reason while still pending and my visa expired? Please advise. Once again, like I said earlier on, I cannot tell you whether or not to travel. That's something that I suggest or advise my clients depending on each person's case. But generally, if all you're worried about is the overstay all you ever had and there's nothing else, generally people can travel while the VA case is pending, while the green card application is pending. But whether or not you can travel, that's something I can tell you yes or no. Okay. I filed for my son since 2019, and I received a letter that the application was received, but nothing. What are you a citizen? What is the category that you filed for? If someone has a felony and goes to jail and on work permit, can he not get deported? So if someone has a felony and go to jail and they have work permit, can you avoid being deported because you have a U.S. citizen child? That's a very broad question. First of all, it would depend on if you're found to be inadmissible based on because of criminal grounds. And then if you are eligible for a waiver, that's where your citizen child can come in. But you're not just because you have a child who's a citizen is not by itself a reason to avoid deportation. Okay. All right. I think we got the questions real quick. What did I do? What did she do? Let me see. Okay. All right, let me go back. Miss Eleanor, what did you do? All right, 10 more questions. What's the time? 9:36. How long after 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓 case transfer will you get a work permit? The transfer has nothing to do with how long. USCIS.gov/processing times. Please go there when you're trying to figure out what the estimated time frame is for your case. Hello, Miss Tammy. How are you? It's a deep breath. You already know the minute. Yeah, I just like trouble. Is it possible for USCIS to print your green card after you have been approved at the immigration court? After your hearing, do you have to necessarily wait for 1 year? What were you approved in court for? That I guess that's the first question. What What do you mean? I'm guessing you had an asylum case if you're talking in 1 year. But what are you? Because that's the one thing that will require you to wait a year, and it's not necessarily a year after. But anyway, what are you in court for, or what were you in court for? The actual thing. Hey, you never know. $9. Not tonight. And once again, we represent immigration clients in all states. It doesn't matter what state you live in. Exactly. Okay, so I figured that you filed for asylum. Congratulations being granted asylum. USCIS doesn't just send you a green card because you're granted asylum. That's the procedure as we speak today, that you have to file for the green card. It used to be after 1 year on the asylum status. What has changed is that you can file for asylum as long as at the time that the asylum application is adjudicated, you have been physically present in the United States for at least a year. So that's the new policy. So basically, like if you look at how long it's taking them to process I-485, depending on your state, those are factors that can be considered. And then you can do a calculation like, okay, it's taking 5 months. Let me file 8 months after being granted asylum status. And then hopefully it's not adjudicated until you're over that year. You're physically present for a year. So that's, but you just don't get a green card sent to you because you're granted asylum in court. Case was denied based on abandonment. What do you think? Do I have hope that USCIS we reopen the case? I think you were asked this last time, and I told you to sit down with a lawyer to discuss your options. That's what you need to do. That response has not changed. Hello, Ms. Giwa. How are you? Hello, Miss Pinky. I can understand, but that's what we're facing, and it is what it is. You're welcome, Bookie Crown. You're very much welcome. Let's see. After prima facie, do I get my work permit or do I have to wait until my VA case is approved? So listen to me carefully, people. If you file an I-485, right, and you have a VA case, make sure that what you filed for your work permit is a C9 category work permit, not a C31. So using Miss Eleanor Sanctuary's case, we got the two work permits we got today. One has her VA receipt number on it, because whenever your VA case is approved, they ask you, there's a part on page 14 that upon approval of your petition, would you like an employment authorization card issued to you? If you check yes, it is an automatic issuance of that EAD, right? So that has her VA receipt number on it. Then the other one is still a C31, but that's because a separate I-765 application was filed at the time of the VA case itself. But here's where I'm trying to make you guys understand. A C31 EAD, category EAD, does not get approved until the VA case has been approved. So even though she filed an I-765 application with the VA case at that time, they're just approving it now because they can only approve a C31 EAD upon the approval of your VA case. It's solely for approved VA petitioners. So I say all that to say this. Thank you, Emmanuel. If you file an I-765 application with your VA case, the first question you need to answer to be able to answer is, did you select a C9 based on the fact that you filed an I-485, or did you select a C31? If you selected a C31 I-765 application category in your work permit, you're not getting that until the VA case is approved. So please check, I can't even tell you how many times people make that error, including law offices. So it's not like, it's just an easy error to make. And because, when you're looking for the category, it says VA self-petitioner, but there's the operating work that is approved approved. So your VAWA must have been approved to be eligible for C-31. The work permit you can apply for and get while the case is pending is a C9 category work permit. And that is based on you filing and paying the fee for the I-485 application. So I hope that helps to clarify. Yeah. Okay. I got my second prima facie letter for 180 days. So what next? They'll continue to extend it until your VAWA case is approved. What happens to a pending I-130 if I had to file VAWA due to abuse? It may still get approved if they're not going to have an interview. If USCIS is keeping track, they usually should deny it based on the fact that nobody shows up. But if there's no interview being scheduled, it's not being withdrawn, it just sits there. It doesn't affect your VAWA case in any way, but it just sits there. Can I sponsor my fiance and his kids, K1, to come together? He's Ghanaian, working in Dubai. His kids are in Ghana. So the fiance, as long as you're a citizen, their fiance would have a K1, the kids will have a K2. And so short answer to that is yes. I have a VAWA and work permit. I filed for green card, and if I have a ground of inadmissibility, okay, what's the question? My son sent him my status of adjustment of status in a month ago. And you've not heard anything from USCIS. Be patient; they'll send you receipt notices. Let's make sure. So, what's your question? Short answer, yes. So could I hire you with that kind of case? The first step to evaluate your case is to schedule a paid consultation. So that's what, if you go to our website, olalayalawfirm.com, you'll be able to do that. And my consultation is, the fact that you have a consultation does not, and I've had quite a few people will say, but that's why I had a consultation with you so you can take my case. No, a consultation is that exactly what it is, to determine, first of all, if you have a case, to discuss your pending case, or to discuss your options of denial. And then I decide if I'm taking a case. So you have a consultation does not mean I'm going to take your case. But that's what it's for. That would be the first step to take and see. If you have a VAWA case approved, how long does it take to get your green card? A lot goes into that, whether you're going to schedule for an interview, what state you live in, whether you file concurrently, or whether you just file it after your VAWA was approved, all of that good stuff. Okay. I listen to you all the time. Thank you, Murphy. I told my attorney that I want her to select C9 category, and she said it's not necessary. I fear that I will fall under the C31 category because what? Because it's complete that. Can you file EB2 while on asylum? Generally, just like I explained earlier on, the EB2 petition is a standalone petition. If you're trying to get a green card through that while you have an asylum, you must have maintained a valid non-immigrant status. Even if you have an asylum pending, you must be in a valid non-immigrant status. So if you're looking to get a green card through that, and you're not in a valid non-immigrant status, most likely you can adjust your status, and it means you can get a green card. You just have an approved petition, and that's it. Good, Anthony Senate. Yeah. Okay. All right. So once again, yes, representing immigration clients in all 50 states. Can you travel with parole with asylum? If you're case, if you're not in removal proceedings, you're talking of your asylum is still pending with USCIS is what I'm assuming, and you have an advance parole that has been approved. Generally, yes. Always remember you cannot go back to the country you're seeking protection from. But generally, yes. I don't know anything about your case, so she says you're listening to internet lawyers. That would be us. I believe you're correct. See, I always say something. The law does not change. I don't care what your attorney is. Nobody knows everything. I don't know everything. I mean, sometimes I wish I did, but thank God I don't. Nobody knows everything, but the law doesn't change in the sense of whether the law can be amended. In the sense of we're all required to follow the same law. So if you have a pending VAWA case and a C31 was selected, please understand you're not getting that EAD until the VAWA case is approved. That's what it is. There's just no way around that. That's what the Immigration Act says. That's it. If you have an I-485 and you want to work while your VAWA case is pending, then you must file a C9 category EAD to be able to get that. That's what it is. So it's not whether you listen to internet lawyers or not. It doesn't matter. That's the law. I can't find my husband for 8 years. Can I go ahead with a divorce? No kids or anything together. Secondly, how can I divorce him? Traditional way too. Ms. Becky, you would need to sit down with a lawyer. Divorce is, unlike immigration, divorce is state specific. That means you need a lawyer in your state. Customary divorce is simply an affidavit that would mesh with your divorce, with your statutory divorce. So whatever state you're in, as far as the civil divorce, you need a lawyer in your state for that. Most states would break my nail and it's hurting so bad. Most states will, if you cannot find some, most states require you to do service by publication. That's basically you're going to put it in the paper that, hey, listen, 𝐸𝐺𝐵 unfair divorce sale, just so wherever you are. And then there's like in my state in Alabama, we're required to run it for 4 weeks. And after 4 weeks, we file a motion with the court for leave to leave to enter a default judgment based on he's been served in the last, or he or she has been served in the last known address. Publication has been done. There's still no response. So let's go ahead and get my divorce so I can be on my way. Okay. How long does it take to reopen BIA appeal pending asylum, termination approval? I can tell you this is how long it takes. That's something beyond anyone's control. All right. Okie dokie, alligators, as my TJ will say. Well, if y'all been wondering why it's being quiet this week, that's because TJ's not home. Yeah, he is. TJ this week I call him the unpaid traveling athlete because he's got basketball and soccer game, so he's been going from town to town with his team. But Mama's had some peace of mind. Once again, we represent immigration clients in all 50 states when it comes to immigration cases. So let us help you with your immigration case. The best thing you can do, and I'll give you an example of why it is important to have a lawyer. I consulted with someone yesterday whose I-130 and I-45, they did it on their own. And it doesn't mean everybody needs a lawyer. There's some people who are great with putting things together. That's great. But they did it on their own. A month ago, she got a denial of the 45. Why? Because they messed up the filing and completion on the required documentation for the affidavit of support. They were given a chance to redo it with an RFP. They still messed it up and they denied her 45. And now she's outside the 33 days that she can reopen. So guess what? She's out that money of $1,225. And now she's got to pay me to do this for her all over again, and then pay yet another filing fee, which could have been avoided if we started the right way. So, but to each their own. But anyway, thank you always, everyone, for joining. Let's see. I want to make sure I didn't. Yeah, you miss seeing him. Y'all miss seeing him. I know I'm going to see him. God willing each day. So there's no hurry. No, there's no hurry. Because It's always, Zen, when nobody is questioning me in my own home that I pay the mortgage in. Yeah. But you see him next week. This mama needs no. No one is calling me internet lawyers, Miss Tammy. No. No one is. She didn't. The person is saying that their attorney says, when she was telling the attorney, no, this is what we're supposed to file, the attorney told her no. And the attorney says that's because she is listening to her internet lawyers, is why she's arguing with her. So she's not calling me. I didn't get my law license from the internet. So, and anyway, yeah, but it's not. Yeah, what I mean. But anyway, all right. It's important. Yes, it's important to have an attorney. This life is for general information. You can't have your questions to your personal case, so kindly schedule your consultation. Y'all, I don't pay them, my girls. They're not paid. They just do this from the bottom of their heart. Pending asylum appeal with BIA idea terminate proceedings. I'm sure you have a lawyer. Find out from your lawyer. That's not a straightforward kind of case. Like, yes, this is how long is this stages when it comes to filing a motion to reopen, especially at the BIA level. Okay. Blip boss. I've been asking questions, but you're not responding. I can't see. I submitted val, but no confirmation letter yet. Still have your CI's interview. What do I bring with me? This is what you sit down with the lawyer for. Okay. All right. So the thing is this: if your question is not in the comment section, it's not going to be read. You've got to put it in the comment section. So if you did not put it here in the comment section, it's not going to be read. And Amanda, I don't see where your question, the question you asked is. That's what I'm searching for. I don't see where you've asked a question before. If you put it in the question section, it's not going to be answered. Okay. All right, people. Thank you as always. Appreciate you guys. Like TJ was saying, appreciate you. Can I call the number on the screen for my divorce because I'm in New York? So, Miss Becky, I'm licensed in New York, but I do not practice any local areas of law in New York. I do that in Alabama because I'm not physically present in New York. So I keep my license. That's something you can check on the New York State Bar website. I just cannot help you with a divorce case in New York because I have enough going on in Alabama. If you're in Alabama, that's different. But contact the New York State Bar, and they'll be able to provide you with a number for an attorney that can help you. All right. So we rejoice with Miss T, who was my client's name today. I've gone with my interview, the USCIS came to my workplace. Until now, I haven't heard from them. So what's your question? In Delaware, do you have an immigration? We don't have a location in Delaware, but you don't have to be physical. You don't have to be in my state for me to represent you. Immigration is federal practice. It doesn't matter what state you live in. Amanda, what's your question? Okay. All right. So as we rejoice with Miss T, it's good to see your name. We pray that we would have many, many reasons to come together to rejoice with one another. We celebrated Miss Illinois too. It's been a great year. God has shown up and showed up for us. And I know and trust and believe that this coming new year is going to be beyond what human minds can comprehend. Happy new month in advance. Yes, tomorrow is the beginning of the last month of 2023. It's not late. God is still a God of the suddenly. Just like that, he can make things, turn things around for in our favor. So we still have a whole 31 days to go in 2023. There's a lot that can happen that God can make work together in your favor. Yes. There's no deadline. There's no deadline we got. Even if it's not going to be in December, as long as you don't give up and you keep going, you keep believing, it's going to work out. Amen. You got to speak it before you see it. That's one of my favorite lines to say. You've got to speak it before you see it. Let's keep speaking it into existence. The power of the tongue is, you cannot, it's not comparable to anything. Speak it, believe it, and trust that God has not forgotten. He is still in the business of miracles, as we always hear. And I believe and trust God that our miracles, each one of us that is still coming to meet us, He is a God of signs and wonders. And so that is what it's going to be for each and every one of us, God willing. I'll see you guys next week. Bye, everybody.